Hi everyone, I'm Catherine, I'm 17, and I'm starting Accutane. Well, I guess it's really not Accutane, it's whatever's in here, but I've had acne since I was in like the 7th grade, so like 4 years ago, and I was kind of tired of it, and just ready to be done with it. So I went to the dermatologist, and I basically just said today, like, what I've been doing hasn't been working, and like I've done enough that my acne should be gone, and like every time I use something, it'll work for a little while, but it'll come back, and I'm just tired of it. In terms of what I've used before, I've used for antibiotics, I've done doxycycline and minocycline. So I did Dorex and Solidin, and the Dorex didn't work for me at all, like, because I never had like the really deep cystic acne breakouts. I really only have like breakouts really in my forehead, down my T-zone, and on my cheeks a little bit, my chest and my back. I've never really gotten the hormonal like chin acne, but I have really, really oily skin, and so I tend to get just a lot of breakouts wherever my skin is oily. So that's down my nose, I get a ton of blackheads on my nose. I get a lot of whiteheads on my forehead, and I think it's just kind of an intensified version of normal teenage acne. But it's to the point where it's not really normal anymore. Like, I always have something. I can't remember I always have blackheads. Always, always, always. I always have whiteheads. I always have one or two, at least, of those like red inflamed pimples. So like I never really, it's not like normal teenage acne to the point where you put a dab of concealer on here and you're done. I kind of have acne. But in terms of topicals, I've used benzaclin, Differin, Ziana, Epiduo, Acania, like some form of Retin-A, and the Differin 0.3. So I've used all those, and they work enough. Like they help, but I've never, like, the minocycline for a while cleared up my skin completely, and like it was flawless and it was perfect, and I was like, oh, I found my holy grail thing, like this is gonna be great. But you can't stay on that forever, and it's not good for your body, and like it didn't get rid of my acne. Like, I still had it, it just like kind of kept it at bay, I guess. But I've been on birth control. I've done every spot treatment, drugstore thing under the sun. I've used Clarisonic. I've done diets. Everything, and nothing's really worked. And I know right now my skin doesn't look that bad, but I do have makeup on, and I'm pretty good at covering it up with makeup. Because I just got back from the dermatologist, like I said, and I went straight from school. So basically, today's the day that the dermatologist said that I could go on Accutane, and I'm really excited. I'm kind of nervous too. I don't want to have an initial breakout or anything. I don't want it to get like a lot worse before it gets better. But if it does, I guess like it's kind of a small price to pay, like 1 or 2 months of horrible skin to have like good skin for the rest of my life. So yeah, it's exciting, but it is nerve-wracking too. I just got home and I told my mom, and my mom is not too happy with me about it. Like, she was like, you've kind of had a bee in your bonnet about getting on Accutane. That's all you've wanted to do for the past year and a half, and like, I don't think you need it and all this stuff. But I think I do. And I know it doesn't look that bad in the camera, but I promise you, like, it's pretty bad. And my chest is really broken out right now. My back is really broken out. And it's just to the point where, like, I just don't want it to be an issue anymore. Like, I want to be able to wear whatever shirt I want, and I don't want it to be like, oh, I have to wear a scarf today because, I've got these breakouts on my chest, or I can't wear that shirt because it's an open back shirt and I can't wear that. Or, I have to wear my hair down today because I have to cover, the zit on the side of my face. Or, I want to be able to go to sleep over at a friend's house and not have to pack a makeup bag beforehand because I can just wake up and go the next morning. And, playing sports. I'm a swimmer, so obviously I can't wear makeup in the water. So, especially on your body, and your body's totally exposed to a swimsuit, so it kind of sucks. And it's just kind of hard to think about all the time, and it's always on your mind, and you always think, if anyone's looking at you, they're looking at massive zit on your forehead. And yeah, that's probably not the case all the time, or really any of the time, but it's just kind of what you start to think about, and it really takes a toll on your self-esteem. And I don't think my mom really understands it because she never had acne in high school. She didn't really get acne until she was 40. So she didn't really get adult acne. So I don't think she really understands how hard it is. And yeah, I have good days and I have bad days, but there were times last year, really my sophomore year, when I would not go to school. I tend to pick at my acne pretty horribly. To the point where I had some pretty bad scarring for a while, and I used silicone sheeting and that kind of cleared it up. But I don't think she understands how hard it is emotionally to have it, and it really does take a toll on you. And even if I'm the only person that notices it, it really makes me feel horrible about myself, and it makes me feel I'm so much lesser than everyone else, and that I'm kind of the oddball out in my family, and that nobody else really has acne. My sister's also a teenager. She's younger than I am, but she's also a teenager, and she has pretty much flawless skin. She gets a little tiny whitehead every now and then, and she's like, oh my god, I have a zit. And so it's hard to have to be the oddball out and be the black sheep that nobody really understands. And so I think this will be good. I'm hoping I get good feedback from everyone, and just tell me that I'm doing the right thing, and that I'm not, this is going to be a good thing for me, and that I just kind of don't want to have acne anymore. I just want it to be, I went through 4 years of it. I'm still going through it. I have become crazy makeup hoarder. I have every spot treatment under the sun. I've spent a ton of money on all this stuff, and a lot of my life has been dictated by it, in terms of I have to get up at this time because I have to get ready, and I have to be able to put makeup on for this, or I can't wear this because I have to cover this up, or I can't use this because it'll break me out. Or there have been times where I've canceled plans with people because I don't want them to see my face. There have been times when I wouldn't go to school. There are times when I wouldn't go out of my room. And it's really alienated me, and even if for no other reason than to make me feel better about myself, I think it's worth it. And so if anybody else has had family that hasn't been supportive of them, let me know, and let me know how you handled it. I'm really looking forward to hearing from people. Hopefully I will. But yeah, I'm excited about it, and I hope that this is going to be a good thing, and that 6 months, 7 months from now, I'm going to be able to sit here and say wow, that was what I was thinking right before I did this thing that changed my life. So yeah, I really hope that everybody or anybody got something out of this, and I will try to keep everyone updated on my progress with Accutane. And yeah, thank you for watching.